In this video, I'm going to demonstrate another way to summarize the data in an Excel table, and that's by using subtotals. The thing about subtotals is, though, that you have to convert the table back to a range, which is easy to do. So what I'm looking at here, what I want to do here in this table, the art objects table, is I want to know the worth, the appraised value of all of the paintings, the appraised value of all the sculptures, the appraised value of all the textiles, and the appraised value of all the installations. So before I convert the table back to a range, I'm going to sort the categories in ascending order so that all of the installations are grouped together, all of the paintings are grouped together, and so forth. Now I'm ready to convert my table back to a range, and I need to be clicked in the table somewhere so that I have access to the Table Tools Design tab. And then I'm going to click on the Design tab, and over here in the Tools group, one of the options is to convert to a range, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. And yes, I do want to convert the table to a normal range. It does leave the formatting on, which is nice. Then I'm going to go to the Data tab now to add the subtotals. So in the Outline group, on the Data tab, I'm going to click Subtotal, and that opens up the Subtotal dialog box. So the first item in the Subtotal dialog box is at each change in. And what this refers to is, where do I want those subtotals to be? And I want it to happen at each change in category, because that's why I sorted the categories, so all the categories would be grouped together. I want to use the sum function because I want a total value for each category, and the subtotal should be added to the appraised value column. And then I also want to make sure that my summary appears below the data. So everything looks in order, so I'm going to click OK. And here you'll see that the subtotals have been added. For example, here's the installation total, and here's the total appraised value for the installation items. If I scroll down, I'll be able to see the total for paintings and for sculptures, and finally for textiles. So that's how subtotals work, and that's another way of summarizing the data in the table. Now, because subtotals are an outline, you do have these outline levels over here. And so if I click on outline level 2, that collapses all of the categories so that I just have the totals. And level 1 takes it all the way down to just the grand total. Level 3 takes me all the way back up to be able to see all of the categories and all of the items in the categories. Once you're done with the subtotals, you'll need to remove them by going back to Subtotal, and then in the Subtotal dialog box there's a button, Remove All. I'm going to click that. That removes all of the subtotals. And because I want to continue to work with this range as a table, I am going to convert it back to a table by going to the Insert tab and clicking Table again. And I will need to give my table a name again as well. And I'm going to call it Art Objects just like I did before. So that was subtotals, which is just another way to summarize the information. In the next video, or the next series of videos, we will look at pivot tables, which I guess to me are sort of like queries in a database. It just gives you another way of filtering out information so that you can pull out specific pieces of data or information from your table.